All right, welcome to Chalk Talk Social. It is Friday, May 15th. The NFL schedule is officially out. We're going to get all up in it today around the NFL schedule, the news desk. But very first and foremost, we got an Atlanta Falcons fan coming on the show, our first Atlanta Falcons fan. So I'm excited about it because we know my guy, Iman, over here. Not as much of Michael Penix, guys. So I'm excited to see how that conversation goes. Iman, how are we doing today? What's up?
You already know I'm about my money, I'm about my biz. You know it's Mr. G4, Henny, and fried crabsy. Man, when you hear that, there it is. You know the weekend I'm always live. So coming off track meets back to back, but I'm here.
What'd you do for the birthday now?
I was at the track meet. So
there you go.
It was city, it was conference, then like 4 days later it was regionals, then we got states next weekend. So listen, I've been doing this for a long time. Every year during my birthday's track meet, so I love coaching. So
it works.
Yeah.
Nowhere else we'd rather be to turn the big fours.
You better believe it.
There we go. All right. So let's, like I said, we'll bring in our first Falcons fan. Let's just jump right into it for to kick off the show here. Excited to bring it on. So we got Beanie. He does a lot of great work on TikTok. Once we're wrapping up, we'll let him call out where he can be found. But Beanie, what is going on, man? Thank you for joining us today.
How's it going, guys? Rise up.
Rise up. Good to have you. I don't actually think we've had a Saints fan on. We've had a Panthers fan on. We're making our rounds through your division.
Yeah.
Almost. Well, that would be insinuating the Bucs are going to be. Are you saying the Bucs are the best team in the division then?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. All right, man. Well, why don't we crack into it? So you do a lot of awesome stuff on TikTok and on social media, covering the Falcons. Tons of passion around the Falcons, trying to build up a fan base and a community of Falcons fans because, y'all got some exciting pieces. Maybe you got QB1. We'll get into that a little bit, but we're coming fresh off the draft. So let's start there. Let's get your thoughts and like what are Falcons fans saying about the draft in general this year?
I think we won the draft, and I'm just going to be completely honest. I'm not going to be biased about it. I think we won the draft. We got exactly what we wanted. All offseason, Falcon fans wanted Avion Terrell to partner him with his brother, AJ. Dream come true. We wanted Zachary Branch. I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan, so I saw Zachary Branch. We wanted him. We got him. And we had the steal of the draft, Harold Perkins. I mean, seriously, he fell. Come on, guys. I'm ready to go. I think we have the pieces to win the NFC South. And look, I don't want to get carried away, but I think we're going to make a deep playoff run this season. I'm talking about deep.
Deep. Okay. Well, and I did love the Harold Perkins pick. I still can't believe he fell that far 2 years ago. Well, I mean, or after his first year at LSU, we're like, oh, that's going to be a top 15 pick. And then LSU started using him all over the defense. They stopped using him as a pass rusher. They kind of moved him all different roles on the defense. And he never really he became good at everything, but not great at anything because he just was like used everywhere. And so, especially with the Falcons, who knows now with who was the edge rusher that got himself in trouble? Was it James Pierce?
Yep.
Yeah. R.I.P. to his NFL career, it appears.
He's going to be back, actually.
I guess I missed the news on the Chargers getting dropped.
Yeah, they got dropped. Yeah, they all got
charges
dropped.
got dropped. He has to do some mandatory. What is it? Mandatory session.
Community service or something.
And some anger management shit.
Right.
I say so.
Once that happens, though, Roger Goodell is probably going to suspend him for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we'll be back.
You'll be back. Hey, as long as you don't smoke weed, you won't be out that long. We've come to learn anything about NFL suspensions. But I love the Harold Perkins pick. I think he's a jack of all trades. I think you just got to use him the right way, and I would hope they do. But I love Avion Terrell, man. The coolest thing, getting your brother playing across the field from your brother is absolutely crazy. So I love keeping it in the bloodline. And then we put out a clip on Zachary Branch about what he's going to be able to add. Iman and I are both big fans on him from that, but. I mean, to kind of build on the optimism that you clearly have around the draft and how it's going to add to this team this year. Like, what is the biggest reason for optimism as a Falcons fan, and then vice versa after that? Like, what's the biggest area of concern still for this next season?
So for us going into the draft, I feel like Matt Ryan has to be looking at Falcons Twitter because what we were saying as Falcon fans all offseason is we need cornerback depth, we need a wide receiver too, we need linebacker depth, and obviously we need an offensive tackle. But that didn't happen for us. But the 3 boxes were checked. We got not only did we get cornerback depth, we got one of the best corners in the draft, and we got the guy we wanted. We wanted Zachariah Branch. Every Falcons fan out there that I know wanted Zachariah Branch.
Okay.
And pairing him with Drake London, there's going to be a problem. You can't double team Drake anymore. You can't stack the box with Bijan, and we can finally unlock the play action. Oh my goodness. I just need the season to start already.
What's the
concern is offensive tackle depth. That's the concern.
Is it not maybe the rest of the NFC South is kind of, I mean, the Saints are on the ups, the Panthers are on the ups.
No.
Not worried about them.
I'm not worried about the NFC South at all. Okay, look. I don't think Bryce Young is a franchise quarterback. I think paying him long-term is a huge mistake for the Carolina Panthers. He's the definition of keeping you mediocre. He's not going to do anything special. 8-9, the Panthers feel like they're contenders now because they made the playoffs with an 8-9 record. They're not going to do anything special. I mean, Devin Lloyd was a great pickup, but I'm not worried about them. And Tyler Shook, we're not worried about him.
Oh, okay. I'm a Shook fan. I'm a Shook fan. I'm turning into one. But Iman, what do you got to say on that part?
I mean, he went away. He's still there on yours. Beanie, I love your optimism, and you know it's hard for me to. Are you from Atlanta?
Yes, born.
All right, so I'm about the young blood A-Town stump on your whole optimism because you're saying, hey, we won the draft. We needed to get a corner. We needed to get a left tackle. We needed to get this, that. No, y'all needed Michael Vick to come back in '97. Y'all might need Matt Ryan to take the fucking suits off because you need a quarterback. Do you know last year that man had a game with 42% completion rate?
It was his first career start. Full season.
All right, so let's move on. What is the fan base, not just you, thoughts of Michael Penix Jr.? Because I'm going to unleash on him.
Yeah, careful there. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. Yeah, the fan base is split. I've seen Falcon fans saying they want Michael Penix off the team. They want to draft a quarterback next season. You know, Chambliss, tank for Arch Manning. I've seen it. I've seen it all. But I've also seen the other half, which I'm on. Michael Penix is our future. He's our franchise quarterback. I don't see what the issue is with Michael Penix. So I'm going to need you to explain to me what is wrong with Michael Penix.
All right. So first, historically, how many left-hand quarterbacks can you name that ever were like super franchise?
Statistically, left-hand quarterbacks do not succeed in the NFL. Agreed.
And granted, I play receiver, so just the way it comes out their hand to receivers is always weird.
Always hear that. Yep.
His thing in college was accuracy, but I tell people accuracy, good deep long ball. But I tell people he had three NFL receivers on his team. So sometimes that can be skewed where you got 3 NFL guys in college, you got a little bit more room. They can get open a little better. He's not hanging this. I don't care if it's his first start, his 7th start, his 8th start, his 9th start. What everybody was saying about him was accuracy. And as 2 years, 60%. That's not really good in the NFL for a guy that they said his accuracy. Once again, he throws a puff ball too. I can fart the ball longer than he be throwing. I mean, it takes forever to get the receiver. And listen, my only thing, you cannot say he didn't have the weapons. You got Drake London, you had Mooney, you got Kyle Pitts, you have the best running back in the backfield. I agree. Listen, I'm a Bijan Robinson fan. I'm glad y'all got rid of Algier so y'all can give him the ball more. What is his issue?
Look, you mentioned Drake London, who was injured last year as well. You mentioned Darnell Mooney. That is not a weapon, please. I don't have the stats pulled up in front of me. I watched every Falcons game, and my goodness, I'm pretty sure I could go out there and play better receiver than him. He could not catch a wide open ball. We should have made the playoffs the year before last season when Michael Penix got the start at the end of the season. Remember, against the Commanders? We were this close. Last season, we would have made the playoffs If Michael Penix didn't get injured, and he's not injury prone, our offensive tackle literally landed on his leg. Anybody would have gotten injured. That was just an unlucky situation. That's not injury prone. I want to dismiss the injury prone narrative on Michael Penix because he is not. Any quarterback in the NFL would have gotten injured the way that he landed on his leg.
Sure. I think I like him more, Iman. I think, Iman, you make good points. The accuracy we know is there. It was just inconsistent with him at times. And like, there's games where it's like, oh shit, Penix is going to be the guy. Like, I know he had one game, 300 yards, 75% completion percentage, and 2 touchdown passes. Was like one of the best games for a Falcons quarterback.
It was only one game.
That's what I'm saying.
So was under 65 completion.
Yes, but I'm saying we know it's there, and we know that in past has been one of his strengths. He's just got to now he's got to do it consistently in the NFL, and especially with a guy who we all agree he's not a mobile quarterback. That's not his game. That will never be his game. So if you're a statue back there, you better be Jared Goff type of accurate. I'm talking 67% completion percentage season after season after season after season. Or it's like, especially in today's NFL where it's so fast and there's so many more mobile quarterbacks. Like that's my thing with Penix. As a fan, like I hope he finds that consistency because he has to find it if he's going to make it because he doesn't have the legs to go along with it. But to his credit, man, even if the consistency with accuracy hasn't been there, he really didn't turn the ball over. He had 3 picks last year.
He only had 9 touchdowns. So he's not like he's this dude is averaging like 7 yards per catch. And he said Bryce Young's, I got to go back to this. He said Bryce Young is not franchise. They beat y'all last year with Michael Penix under the center, 30-0. Y'all couldn't score. Beanie, and I'm being honest, I would love to have a fan like you. If I was Atlanta and they're hearing this, they should give you like some 50-yard line middle row because I feel it. I feel that you feel what you're saying, but I'm just here to speak some real good wisdom to you. Hey, it won't be a deep run, not in no playoffs, maybe on the marathon or something, but won't be in the playoffs, Beanie.
So we did not bring up the main reason Michael Penix failed last season. That was the coaching. And they both got fired for a reason. Raheem Morris, one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. One of the worst coaches, sorry. Mm-hmm. But and you look at Zach Robinson, his playbook was set up for a right-handed quarterback, if you guys didn't know that. So we were running a playbook for a right-handed quarterback for a left-handed quarterback. We're not using his strengths, which is a deep ball. We're running pistol every play. We are literally playing to his weaknesses. As an offensive coordinator, he failed Michael Penix. Absolutely failed him. You got to play to his strengths.
And Beanie, you sound like you know football, so we're going to move on. But you've been looking at Kevin Stefanski the last few years. You think
I like Kevin Stefanski. I like Kevin Stefanski.
Beanie, you must be drinking. Listen, I know Patron. The first time I ever had Patron, it was in Atlanta. I'm telling you. Atlanta put me on Patron. I'm not lying.
We're not going to – no. Kevin Stefanski was Coach of the Year on the Browns, bro. That is saying something. You could win Coach of the Year on the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm. Good run game. Always got a good run game. That was good. I'm telling you, though, we said a couple episodes, Bijan Robinson's about to get the Todd Gurley treatment. His knees are going to be dust in 3 years. He's going to get 350 touches this year. It's going to be insane.
God. I hope not. I actually hope not. We need to preserve him.
Oh, shit. I forget. Todd Gurley he played with the Falcons right before it was over.
Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah.
About that. That lasted for a second. I mean, how is the fan base? And again, this is why I love having fans on, because I would have never known that you had this playbook set up for a righty quarterback, and it just like I knew the OC thing wasn't working, but like that's a detail that as a fan of the NFL, but not a diehard of the Falcons, just would have never known. So that's why I love doing this. But I mean, before we move on, like this Stefanski thing, really quick. Like, is there a general pulse on how the fan base feels about that move? Do you guys like it? You think it's going to work? Why or why not? Like, what's kind of been that?
We're mixed on that as well. I think fan bases are just the Falcons. From what I've seen, is they're either going to be really against it or really for it. There's no like, you either hate or love. And we wanted. I'm blanking right now. The guy from the Seahawks offensive coordinator, McDonald.
Yeah.
No, Kubiak. He went to the Raiders. Mm-hmm. We wanted him. We were set on him. Kevin Stefanski actually came as a surprise. I didn't even expect Kevin Stefanski was coming. But I'm on board. I'm actually a fan of Kevin Stefanski. We're ready.
All right. I love it. So we're on board with that. You're definitely on board with Penix, which still sounds like kind of. I think it's gonna be a big year for Penix. I'll just leave it at that. Like, it's gonna be like let's nut up or shut up time, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
especially if it doesn't work out. Like, we know what the next year's class is. But who is kind of gonna be like the unsung hero of this year's team then? If outside of like the stars.
Okay. Well, would you consider Jalen Walker a star?
Talk to me more.
I think this is Jalen Walker's year. You know, James Pierce is probably going to miss half the year. Last year, Jalen Walker did not. He struggled. James Pierce had 10.5 sacks. Jalen Walker only had 5.5. I think this is the year he's going to finally break out, and NFL fans are going to know who he is. Because right now, the casual NFL fan doesn't know who Jalen Walker is, but they know who James Pierce is. And I think he's going to put his fingerprints on our defense, and he's going to have double-digit sacks.
Okay, he's from Georgia.
Yes.
Okay.
First round pick last year.
I was gonna say, I remember him out of Georgia because there was talk that the Packers might take him next to Quay Walker, another Georgia guy. So I was like, I don't know if we need another Georgia linebacker with this whole Quay Walker thing. Not especially named Walker. Please, no more Georgia Walkers because it ain't working with Quay Walker here. We don't want that. Do not do it. As much as he looked good, but man, out of college coming out, he was an absolute machine. His ceiling, I think, I remember, like, I love draft stuff. I love doing all that and scouting players as much as I can. I did really like his game tape coming out of Georgia. So I think there's a lot of reason to be excited about it. And I think what was he had a sack record, some type of sack record for most Falcons sacks in like his first like 10 or 11 or 12 games, something like that.
I think that was James Pierce.
Was that James Pierce?
Yeah, James Pierce had 10.5 this year. So he set a record.
Like their first like 10 or like it's like their first 10 games of the Falcons. Hold on, I could probably find it here. But I know he had a really good stretch of like kind of in the halfway point, right? Jalen Walker had a really good stretch of games there where he recorded a couple sacks and let me see. All right, here's what the all-worthy trusty internet tells me. Walker, second among all NFL rookies in sacks last year, despite missing 2 games, and ties for the second most sacks through the first 12 games in Falcons history. That's something to look forward to. Hey, come on. So, I mean,
I'm telling you, they're sleeping on us.
I think it sounds like Ulbrich likes him a lot, and you know, I can't blame him. The guy's got a lot of freak talent ahead of him, and I kind of like what you're doing. The defense needed a rebuild, needs some help around there, especially after ever since.
And I'll give you guys a bold take. The Falcons secondary is going to be a top 5 secondary in the league this year.
Wasn't it at one point last year?
It was. Jesse Bates and Xavier Watts came alive, and now you got the corners. Billy Bowman's coming. We're going to be special. We're going to be flying.
I mean, I love it. I love the energy around it. I mean,
but see, now y'all got to Beanie. As much as you talk about Raheem Morris, how bad he is, understand that's the position that he coaches, and that's the position that he coached. So that will take a step back. I tell people all the time, when you lose the guy that's his position that he coached, you got to take a step back because the defense was good. I give y'all that. I think Atlanta is super talented. I just been around a long time. I've been watching football since the 80s. I remember the Dirty Bird days. I mean, literally, I wasn't an Atlanta fan, but you know, I'm from Virginia. So Michael Vick, when he went there, I mean, everybody loved Atlanta because everybody loved Michael Vick in Virginia. I just don't see Atlanta ever. It's too much distractions in Atlanta. I mean, you got Strokers, you got Magic Cities, the Wings. I mean, so I just don't see a championship coming because it's a lot of partying going on. I'm Velvet Room back. I used to come back in those days when the Velvet Room was jumping. I'm showing my age, Beanie, but so y'all talented though. I can't believe in that quarterback though, man. I'm being honest.
We have everything. We have everything. We have one of the best O-lines as well. We have arguably the best weapons offensively. I'm telling you guys, we're going to be in the Super Bowl, so don't be surprised.
This year, Super Bowl this year. We're calling it
Ravens Falcons Super Bowl. I've been saying it.
Hey, Iman seems the Ravens.
You know what?
We might be onto something.
I'm about to put $100 on it right now. I'm telling you.
That sounds like destiny.
Since the schedule came out, I'm going to go future.
I'll be honest with you guys. Besides the Falcons, and you had to say one player I like in the NFL I'm cheering for, Lamar Jackson.
Oh man,
all day.
Right. Hey, water under the bridge on the Michael Penix conversation.
I like you now, Beanie. I'm really on this side. I'm telling you, I'm gonna put $100 on the Super Bowl.
Lamar's my guy, man. Ever since college, all the doubters. See, that's what I like. I like an underdog story. So many people threw him under the bus, hated on him. He won MVP, still hated on him. What are they gonna say now? You know, it's like I love an underdog story, man. I love in Michael Penix, same thing. Everyone's calling him, writing him off.
There we go. I just thought it was crazy when they drafted him after giving Kirk Cousins the bag.
Yeah, that was insane. That was absolutely insane.
What can you walk us through the fan base on that night quick? I would love to hear that.
Sure. I mean, no words, because we thought Kirk Cousins was the future. We thought we were going to draft a defensive player. I mean, it was surprising, Michael. I did not see that coming. Nobody saw that coming.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like your owner didn't see it coming because everyone's seen the clip now. In him in the draft room approaching your GM and is like, "Hey, so what the hell are we doing?" You know, we just gave Kirk Cousins a lot of money, right? And you just went and drafted a 25-year-old quarterback.
Yeah.
All right, man. To wrap it up today, like we do with every fan, we need you to walk us through the all-time best Falcons lineup with a quarterback, a running back, 2 receivers, and a tight end. So let's start at quarterback. Who you got?
Quarterback Falcons, Matt Ryan is the GOAT. He is arguably the best Falcons player of all time. No debate.
I mean, all-time leading pass. I mean, he leads like every passing category in Falcons history. Obviously,
decade. He was the definition of a franchise quarterback.
MVP.
Unfortunately, he couldn't get his ring, but
hey,
let's not talk about that.
We won't talk. We won't go into that. No one will say anything about 20.
Yeah.
No one will say anything about that. All right, let's move on to running back. Who you got?
Running backs, Bijan Robinson, all-time best Falcons running back of all time.
It's a little early. Yeah, it's a little early. I thought we was going to go with the Dirty Bird, but you the fan.
It's early, but man, Bijan is a cheat code, and I know it's early, but I think he's going to go down as the best running back of all time. It's super early for that.
Yeah, I mean, but everything is, all the writing is on the wall. Everyone sees it. Everyone knows that he has all the talent and skill in the world to be one of the greatest ever. I mean, think about that. I was kind of curious on this one because Falcons, you got some good names. You got Michael Turner came in there. Remember him? Right. Steven Jackson came in there. Todd Gurley came in there. Warwick Dunn was there. Y'all had some names. That's one of my favorites. Yeah. Dude, I love Warwick Dunn. Come on now.
Yeah.
You guys have had some names in your backfield too, and I'm probably leaving another 1 or 2 out there. So, I mean, Bijan is that good to pass up all those dudes who are all really good NFL running backs in their own regard. And there's one older guy. One of the older cats is like the all-time leading rusher on that team, if I'm not mistaken. Like older dude. I don't remember his name, but the original red jersey years, I believe.
We're going way back. Way off the top of my head.
Some way back. I think he's your all-time leading rusher. Something like that. Older guy. But all right. Let's go. Who is your first wide receiver that makes your all-time team?
Julio Jones. Julio Jones is probably, you could put him as not even just the Falcons, straight up NFL, best wide receiver of all time.
You're saying Julio's the best wide receiver of all time.
All right now. Hey, Beanie.
Who is it?
Beanie. Who of all time? Jerry Rice.
All time.
And Randy Moss comes after Jerry Rice. You got to think, like, I'm 44, so I'm Beanie. I'm 44. I've literally seen Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. Julio Jones, and don't get me wrong, I love Julio since he was at Alabama. Big, fast. I think injuries kind of took away a longer career. Don't get me wrong. He was unstoppable at one point, but I don't put him above Calvin Johnson, Megatron, Terrell Owens.
No. Come on. That's okay. Calvin, maybe. But for me, Julio, in their prime, it is 3rd and 10, 1 pass for a first down. Who are you taking? In their prime, every single receiver.
Randy Moss.
That's fair. That's fair.
You just throw it up and he's just going. But Jerry Rice was just such a Mr. Consistent. He's gonna play 15 years and be productive. He's faster than what you see and he's just a hard worker. So I seen it with my own. I seen the one guy who just demolished Dion. Any corner that they said was good, who also played for Atlanta Falcons, which I love that era. Him, Andre Rison, and all of them. I remember those days.
Rising.
But I remember Jerry Rice just tearing everybody's asshole wide up, tearing everybody's ass up. But Julio's definitely in this era top 10. I say this.
I was going to say, of like the 2000s era, Julio's like a top 5 guy of all.
He's the best Alabama for sure.
Easily. I mean, his prime, he's one of the most physically gifted receivers like we've seen in. I would put him in top 5 in terms of physically gifted dudes.
Yeah.
Like you said, Iman, just the size, the speed, the 1,800 yard season. I mean, dominates the Falcons record books in terms of just everything. I mean, he was unstoppable. Fantasy football cheat code for the longest time.
Oh my goodness.
Easy. One of the best ones ever. All right. Who is the second wide receiver you got?
Second's easy, Roddy White.
Yeah. Easy. Doesn't get enough love, though. No one gives him enough love. People forget about it.
Besides Falcon fans, he doesn't. And I don't know if you guys saw Anthony Edwards' interview last week. He got some love last week.
Who
Anthony Edwards after the game, the Timberwolves, he did shout out Roddy White.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So I think, is it actually Roddy White who holds the Falcons records for receiving yards and receptions? Because he's got over 10,000 receiving yards. He was with y'all for 11, 12 years, something like that, right?
He was insane. I don't know why he doesn't get as much love as he does.
I mean, he was so consistent. I feel like, again, you wanted to, one of my favorite receivers in Madden. I had to have him on my teams in Madden. That's all I know growing up. I needed Roddy White on my team. He was just I think he was just such – and Iman hates the divas. He was the opposite of being a diva wide receiver too, just like quiet, go about his business, get shit done, be super, super consistent with everything he does.
He's second in yards, though. Yeah, he's second in yards. Julio's number one. Yeah, Julio's number one.
Also, they're 1-2. They're like 1-2 in what you care about for wide receiver stats, it seems like.
For sure. For Falcons, they're 1-2. Yeah. And now we finally have a wide receiver 2 again, a legit one, since Calvin Ridley.
With Branch?
With Branch, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they use him. All right, wrap it up. Who do you got at tight end then?
No debate. Tony Gonzalez. I mean, one of the best tight ends that we've ever seen, right, all time.
Mm-hmm. How many years did he play there?
He did not play long.
Not many.
I will say that. It was. I was a kid. I was just growing up.
It was productive though. This is the first thing you said good tonight, Beanie, because you're right on this one. Tony Gonzalez is top 3 right now. So cheers to you. You got one right tonight.
Did you think I was going to say Kyle Pitts?
I hope not.
Someone out there will.
Yeah,
they will.
Yeah, but that person's also probably about 18 to 22 years old and has no. I've probably never seen Tony Gonzalez. It looks like he had 600 plus catches as a Falcon. Oh yeah, he was there longer than I thought. I mean, holy shit. Tony Gonzalez, one of the best.
He's arguably the best, right? I mean, for me, it's Gronk, but you could put him as number.
I think Gronk, Tony Gonzalez is a 1-2. You can debate with the wall for anyone else.
Right.
All right, cool, man. Anything else that you want to throw out there about your Falcons before we let you go? And of course, make sure to shout out your pages where people can find your content as well, man.
Yeah, so I'm at Beanie Takes, no space, and Beanie Sports for all sports content. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Falcons, Ravens, get ready, guys. We're gonna get a preview. I think it's week 4. We play the Ravens Sunday Night Football in Atlanta.
Hey, Beanie, I might have to come for this one, man, because I'm gonna troll you all season now. But I may have to come to Atlanta for that game, man. I travel during football season, but I might have to make that game, man, to pull up on you, man. Pull up on you.
Good chance I'm there. Lamar Jackson Sunday night.
To the schedule? How do you feel about the schedule on this here season now that that's released?
Yeah, so schedule. I'm kind of confused. I was told we have the 5th easiest schedule. Absolutely not.
I was gonna say you got the Packers early on. So you got the Packers early on, you got the Saints early on, the Ravens early on, the Bears, the 49ers, and then you got the Bengals, assuming Burrow's healthy, the Chiefs. We'll see about the Vikings. The Lions won't be a joke. And then down the stretch, though, I mean, you got the division down the stretch. You're going to have to earn it those last 3 weeks with the Saints, Bucks, and Panthers to close out the season. But kind of early on, man, it might be a tough sled.
I think we'll go. I got 2-0 for sure. That Thursday night football against the Packers, though.
If you're smart.
I'm worried. Michael Parsons.
Boy. Yeah, make your way up to Lambeau, though, like we were talking about before recording. Get yourself to Lambeau at all costs. That's going to be, dude, I promise you. Do it. It'll be one of the best experiences of your life as a football fan.
Best food in Green Bay. Around Lambeau.
I haven't been there in a minute, so I don't know what's new or not. But I will tell you, get yourself cheese curds. No matter what you do, whoever's got cheese curds, they're going to be deep fried and they're going to be delicious. get cheese curds, whatever you do. Just find something greasy and deep fried, and I promise you, you're going to be leaving satisfied, but make sure you got a bathroom near in about 5-6 hours. That's all.
Do I also take a
don't do that now. That's
head?
sacrilege. That's sacrilege, and don't do that. leave that lowly activity to the Bears and Bears fans. Yeah.
The Bears. Okay,
all right, Beanie. Good talking to you, man. Appreciate your energy and hope the best for your Falcons.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
All right. Good, great conversation with our very first Falcons fan. Definitely brought all the energy I was hoping he would bring since I watched him with his TikToks. Just really good personality. I was very excited about that Penix debate, and I got everything I was wishing for with that, with you two not agreeing. Both make good points, though. I'll give you both make good points. There's a lot of unknowns still with Penix that he's got to prove. So
listen, you know I love my social media. Beanie gonna be hearing from me when the season starts because I'm gonna get him with the I told you so. He gave us a few clips. Him saying Julio's the greatest all time. They're gonna make a playoff run. Man.
Super Bowl run. No, Super Bowl.
Listen, I'm telling you, I told y'all I got put on a Patron in Atlanta. Beanie had a couple shots before he came on the night. I'm telling you.
Oh man, that was good. Good to get the Falcons fan on there though. That was a good conversation. All right. The big news, of course, in the NFL world, we would be idiots to not cover and get into is the strength of schedule. Not the strength of schedule, just the NFL schedule has dropped. I'll let Joey, our extraordinary producer and news desk host, take things away on that front.
It's like our mini little spring Super Bowl. We get to have our hope and see where all our teams are going to play and which social media team makes the best video because they are fantastic. Yeah. But yeah, we'll open up with some thoughts here. So first off, the opener, Seahawks Patriots rematch of the Super Bowl. Crazy. Only the second time in 75 years the NFL has opened the season on a Wednesday. The Rams and Niners are playing the first ever NFL regular season game in Australia. There's a lot going on in those first couple of days, and I think it's crazy that with all the Vrabel stuff that they said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put the Patriots on national TV to open the season. Like,
that's a good point.
Insane. Week 1, a couple of highlights too. The Giants hosting the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs and Broncos face off on Monday Night Football. We have a record of international games this year as well. We're across the globe in Australia, Brazil, England, France, Spain, Germany, and Mexico. What's gone from a little niche road trip is now the majority of team schedules here. So, just wanted to get your thoughts on some of those takeaways, and then I want to get you guys into some of the biggest games you have circled now that the full calendar is finally released.
Mm-hmm. Hey, listen.
I mean,
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. No, I was about to say, listen, don't tell my girl the game open up on Wednesday. She's already mad that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The 2 days that she gets with me now, the opening week, Wednesday, baby girl, I'm in the room. So don't tell her that.
And by the way, for her as well, because we got issues on the schedule, Thanksgiving slate, Christmas slate, Super Bowl, Valentine's Day.
Oh!
So good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody.
I got a real excuse this year.
we as men are going to have to be much better when we have the time, because Valentine's Day is going to be that's a son of a bitch, especially because the Packers are going to be in it. I'm going to have to watch. I'm probably going to have to be there. So I'm going to have to be really good all year, be a really good husband. But I mean, first for me to start, because now, Joey, you had made some notes about the videos, the release videos. Everyone always does them. Yo, whoever is running the Chargers social media, give that person a blank check. They've been on the ups as a social media account, and they launched theirs in full-on Halo fashion. Like, all the characters are in their team colors. It is I'm literally watching it right now. It is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And as a Halo lover growing up as a kid, like, I'm having insane nostalgia. This is well done. Like, this is incredible. I feel like there's rights that they're copyright infringements. It's that well done. unless they got to deal with Microsoft or Bungie or something. But unbelievable. I know the Colts, they did their whole Simpson thing. The Packers was this like cheese curd thing. Was good animation. I appreciated it. But gosh. And then the Bills, whatever. I mean, yeah. Chargers, my favorite release. No question about it. But, I mean, when I'm looking at some big games this circle here, obviously, yeah, like you said, Joey, that Patriots one, putting Vrabel on the national spotlight, if he wasn't already, is a crazy thing. The international slate, I think the big winner there is Joe Burrow. He wanted the game international. He gets Spain. So with the Bengals. But, like you said, Thanksgiving's going to be a damn good one because the Packers are actually playing the Rams on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So, and then we got the Chiefs and Bills on Thanksgiving. We got the Cowboys and Eagles on Thanksgiving. So, like, that is an awesome, awesome Thanksgiving slate right there. Really competitive. And Joey, me, you, bud. Christmas Day, Packers Bears on Netflix. The 105-year rivalry last year really revitalized the whole rivalry to this thing after the Packers have laid the whoop ass on y'all for the last 15, 20 years. It seems like we got ourselves a hot heated battle once again. So getting that on Christmas Day, that's going to have butts and seats right there. That's going to be a darn good football game. Probably a lot on the line too. It's at the end of the season, and I don't know how you feel about that Bears schedule, but we'll see. And then, Patriots, Broncos, another big one to be watching here because obviously last time they met in the AFC Championship game, there was no Bo Nix. So to me, my storyline is we'll find out how close these teams really are if, Bo Nix comes back and is able to handle them. But Iman, you got anything to add from just the initial schedule job?
Yeah, so I don't like the fucking international games. I'm being honest. I watch a lot of football. I hate having to get up early, get my parlays together and all of that. Plus knowing a few NFL guys, they hate those overseas games too. They just hate them. And I've never really over the years looked at one like, oh, this is a lot of good football going on. It's really bad football, but I hate the overseas game. I'm excited for that Thanksgiving. I mean, what better than Dallas and Philly on Thanksgiving? I mean, that's a great one. Christmas, I love Christmas games too, man. I mean, well, I don't celebrate Christmas. Well, I got a tree up, but I don't do all the I don't have any kids. I don't have any kids or nothing. So it's like me and my girl here. So I love Christmas Netflix game. I'm just excited for the season to start. The schedule stuff, like I said, I don't get into the schedule, but I mean, listen, I'm gonna watch the Dallas and Philly game. I'm gonna watch that one. So I'm excited to watch that on Thanksgiving because even all of my people back home are either Philly fans or Dallas fans. So I'm gonna be trolling both of them that day.
Skip Bayless is, speaking of like Philly Cowboys, Skip Bayless is out there flipping out himself over the Eagles having what is being called the 7th easiest schedule coming up. Being a very good team, not getting penalized, not getting a first place schedule. So Skip Bayless is blowing his lid over that one. The international game being on the West Coast really sucks. You think it's morning for you? Dude, I'll wake up and there's a football game done, and it's 8:30 in the morning, and the game's over already. Or it's in the fourth quarter, some shit like that. So, yeah, I really hate some of these international games because as much as I love the sport, I am not getting up until 5:30, 6 o'clock to watch anything. I don't care what it is. Why don't we can kind of crack into it. Joey, I would love to get your take on this one as well with a lot of folks saying right now the Chicago Bears have the toughest schedule based off of opponent record last year, but it's like the 6th hardest schedule based off of 2026 projections, which takes into effect, off-season moves and all of that stuff and projected win totals, like the Vegas type stuff. So where are you at? Will the Bears be a playoff team next year? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They will be. But it will be much harder than last year. I think it's just... That's the difficulty, right? Is the Bears have this big comeback last season. They're relevant again. Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams talk of the town. But someone actually mentioned it today. I was listening to some local shows here, and they're like, guys, remember, this is year 2. That's all it's been. Like, this is their first full off season together, growing the program and building. So while, yes, there's pressure, there's also a reality that year 2 may be a little wonky, or even if they're a playoff team, it may not seem as strong going into it. But it's all about Caleb Williams, right? If he's the man and he's growing and growing, they're going to be fine. But this schedule is hard. I mean, you got to play Seattle, you got to play the Patriots, you got to play Buffalo. And 2 out of those 3 are on the road. That is tough. And the Bucks they play as well. And outside of
North,
the home games, but it's what you get when you win, and I'll take it. But it is probably one of the hardest schedules, especially like Iman said. You never know where these teams are going to fall, right? So if you look at it and go, okay, well, Beanie thinks Atlanta is going to be a Super Bowl team. In my brain, I could think Atlanta's beatable, but they may not be any given Sunday. Or you go to Miami, who knows? Injuries and all these things are so weird and fluid. But they're going to have to prove it, and they'll be fine offensively. It's defensively against these teams I'm worried about because they didn't. I mean, I know they got some pieces in the draft, but they didn't do enough. And the takeaways last year masked a lot of actual defensive issues. And when you got these tougher matchups on the road, where you're not playing last place teams, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I'm going to say for reasons outside of the Bears, they're not going to make the playoffs. Now, what I will say, last year, they were said to have the second hardest schedule going into the season. They finished 11-6. So how much weight does this whole thing really even carry that now they have the toughest schedule, apparently? So I think that is one thing. But also, like, at the same point, where I think there's going to be natural regression is, and Joey, I think you'd admit to this, all the luck with last season and the last minute heroics. And we know history has said the team that seems to be the most lucky never carries over. It's never historically been something that keeps going. So I agree that I think the ceiling is absolutely there with this team. And that is, of course, like you said, assuming Caleb Williams continues his trajectory and the defense, that front seven, does so much more than it did last season. But it's a brutal spot for them. The last team to win a playoff game entering the season with the hardest schedule was the 2016 Falcons. And another thing I found is over the past 10 seasons, 7 of those teams missed the playoffs entirely. And again, when it comes back to why I think they're going to miss it, the first thing is the Lions. The Lions have one of the easiest schedules in football. If you go look at the Lions schedule, it's outside of the NFC North, they have the Bills and Patriots. That's the rest of the teams on their schedule that I'm worried about that aren't NFC North teams for them. So the Lions are probably going to have a nice bounce back season. They got a cakewalk. And when it comes to the Packers, then why I think they'll still finish over them is because the Packers right now, Joey, tell me I'm an idiot, at full health, I just think they're simply a better team on paper. Coaching, you can flip a coin. I'd honestly probably might lean Ben Johnson. but I also think the Packers have the quarterback Jordan Love is still well ahead of Caleb Williams at this point. As good as Caleb Williams is and game to game, might be better than Jordan Love in a specific game. The Packers, they don't have an easy schedule per se, but, they draw the Vikings week 1, first week with Kyler Murray and a new offense. There's going to be problems. It's like the Lions last year. I said, I think we'll beat the Lions week 1 because week 1, new coordinator. They're going to be working on a lot of kinks. It's not going to be so smooth. So I think Vikings, we can handle week 1. After that, then you get the Jets, the Falcons, and the Bucks. So the Packers are going to be starting 4-0. And then for the Packers, it gets really hard. But once it gets hard, Tucker Kraft's back, Micah Parsons back, and now you got your whole, assuming no one else gets hurt, you got your full slate of weapons and everything you need to handle the toughest part of your schedule after starting, maybe 3-1 or 4-0. So NFC North, man, it's going to be crazy. Iman, you got thoughts on the Bears for this year?
Yeah. So I don't get into easy schedules, hard schedules. Listen, these guys in the NFL are all the best at what they do. And any Sunday, every DN on every team could be an issue. Every receiver on every team can score. Mostly every quarterback other than Michael Penix Jr. can get the ball to their receivers. But now I'm going to tell you this. I'm a big believer of quarterbacks and coaches win game in the NFL. Andy Reid, going in seasons, you think Andy Reid, we're going to make the playoffs. Mike Tomlin, for 17, 18 years, they're not going to have a losing record. I'm a big believer in Ben Johnson. I just will never bet against a guy. I like his intensity. I like what he's done in year one. He is an offensive genius. He's a leader of men. So betting against their quarterback and their coach on not winning at least 11 games, I'm not sure on that one, Austin. And I mean, I know you're a Green Bay fan, so you're hoping it goes your way. But if I had to bet right now, I would bet that the Chicago Bears will make the playoffs again because they have a great quarterback and they have a even better
So you
coach.
think they make it over the Lions then?
For sure. Dan Campbell's terrible as a coach. He's fucking terrible. He lost both of his coaches who held him upright.
Oh,
He's
man.
terrible.
That
So,
Lions fans defend Dan Campbell the way Eagles fans defend Jalen Hurts.
But you don't believe in LaFleur. So I don't know. Listen, you be trying to convince yourself.
There you go.
Shit.
Preachy, man.
You don't believe in LaFleur. So I'm going with Ben Johnson.
I said I would probably give the edge to Ben Johnson. I've watched enough Matt LaFleur to have enough precautionary measure, worries about what this offense looks like with him still calling the shots. I've seen it too many times. The same thing year after year after year after year after year continue to be the problem with the Packers play calling and situational shit. So yeah, I mean, I think LaFleur, I know they did the extension, but dude, if this season once again does not take off and they don't make it deeper into the playoffs, I think he's job hunting next year. I think it's that simple. I mean, most fans and damn near every Packers writer I saw that I trust a lot said if the Packers decide to fire LaFleur after how last year ended, it's justified. Could see it. Might not totally agree with it, but hey, can't blame them with how this ship just sank and how it just we're going the wrong way right now. So yeah, I think LaFleur's in a huge earn it mode type season. He better come with his A game with especially with where the Bears are at, and the Lions got a gimme schedule. So yeah, I mean, it's fair points. I agree.
So then let's continue with some of the harder schedules on the list. Let's go with Miami. Second toughest schedule in the league, which might be perfect for where they are in the rebuild. They're trying to figure themselves out after switching coaches and Tua Gate and all that jazz. But what are we feeling about the Dolphins and how they navigate what could be a rocky year with your guy Malik Willis?
I mean, I think it's perfect for the Dolphins, but I think it sucks for Malik Willis because he's busted his tail to earn a starting job in the NFL. He's absolutely earned a starting job. But I mean, you could probably ask any Dolphins fans, we can't be too good to where we play ourselves out of a top 5 to 7 pick. Hey, we cut all of our good talent. Everybody's gone now, right? Except for Achane and bringing Malik Willis, but they cleaned house, new coach, new GM. This is a full-on rebuild year. So the last thing that Dolphins fans want is to win 6 or 7 games and win themselves out of a top pick. So they all want this team to suck. So I'm sure Dolphins fans are probably thank God we got this hard schedule because it'll probably land us where we need to be in the draft. I just feel bad for Malik Willis, man, because I think he's going to be judged for the outcome. I think it's going to be very difficult. He's going to be put in a difficult situation to succeed and win a bunch of games to where then Miami might be well, we didn't win a whole bunch with Malik Willis. Let's go draft another quarterback and maybe plays Malik Willis, right out of a job for something that is it really his fault that he's playing a very tough schedule with a roster that is not exactly built to hang with the biggest dogs in the NFL and even, especially the division they're in. So he's the only guy I kind of feel bad for in the situation. We'll find out, though.
And to piggyback on that, they gave him the money, but this is going to be the year that a lot of teams, not just Miami, a lot of teams are going to say, hey, do we have the guy for the future under the center? Because next year is going to be a lot of good guys coming out. So he better barbecue a meal, dude. He should have get off the pot, because if not, I'm telling you, everybody's going to be looking for Archman and Chambliss. I mean, it's a lot of guys coming out. So hard schedule or not, Malik Willis, brother, you are playing for your future. Because if not, they're going to say, oh, that was just a flash in the pan what he did in Green Bay. So he better play well.
I hope he balls out. They suck, but he balls out enough to keep himself a job, and then they build around him. That's what I really hope for, because guy's such a likable dude. He's worked so hard to get where he's at now. Absolutely earned it. So I hope he has a great season. And the Dolphins suck and just realize he wasn't the problem. So that's my hope.
All right, let's move on to the Cardinals. 6 games against Rams, Seahawks, and Niners alone. Brutal. And then you get to add in the Cowboys, Broncos, Chiefs, Eagles, and the Saints, who are up and coming. What are we thinking for this Cardinals team where they're in kind of rebuild mode as well? Obviously, they got Love and a big-time draft offensively, but man, that's
0-17.
tough.
Oh, no, they're going to win 1 or 2 games.
Okay.
They're going to win 1 or 2 games. I mean, but clearly Carson Beck is going to be playing before you know it, though, because they're going to get the shit beat out of them early. So by week 6, Carson Beck will be back there, and that's why I think he'll win a couple. He's a winner, so I just don't think they'll lose every game. That's, I mean, goodness grief, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Ever.
I don't think I've ever
someone
seen
someone got blanked. Was it the Lions or the Browns, right? Yeah, the Lions got blanked. Yeah, that was special times.
What year was that? Yeah, what year was that?
Not Jim Caldwell. What?
No, Rod Marinelli.
Yeah. Man, good times. People were literally trying to not blame Marinelli for that either. But Iman, I agree. I think week by week, especially now with this schedule, your prediction of Carson Beck going to be the most productive rookie quarterback is looking more and more true. I agree. This is going to be a lost season early on. And I think the Cardinals are going to want to get a look at Carson Beck. And no matter what they do with Brissett, he ain't the future. He shouldn't be the guy this year. You're just in an unfortunate situation where you landed no other option. So I think, Beck's going to get some really good tread. They're going to lose a whole bunch of games, and then they're going to draft a quarterback. Really, I think the Cardinals are drafting number 1 overall. So I'm going to stamp it, and I'm going to stand by it. The Cardinals are drafting 1st overall next year. They're going to get the quarterback of their choosing, should they want him. With how this schedule looks, sucks. Really sucks, man. All right, what do we got? Easiest. I think we can move on to the easiest, right?
All right, we'll go to easiest now. Cleveland Browns seem to have the easiest schedule. 429 winning percentage is what their opponents have from last year. NFC South is kind of their big draw this year. So we always want to, give the Browns some credit, but it's a tough history to give them any benefit of the doubt. So can the Brownies take advantage with a young up-and-coming team of a fairly easy schedule and get that dog pound rocking?
Hell no, because everybody looking at them on their schedule like, that's a win for us right there. I'm telling you, everybody on their schedule is saying, hey, we got the Browns. Let's go and get in there and get a W because they stink. So we got to deal with Myles Garrett. But outside of that, hey, let's just get these stats up. Hell no, they're going to lose again next year.
Yeah, and I think the Lions have an easier schedule than the Browns, to be totally honest. A big reason the Browns are considered to have one of the easier schedules based off of, again, last season opponent win percentage, largely due to the NFC South teams that they're playing this year. But the NFC South, I don't think, that's not a division that seems to be going backwards right now. I think they're all kind of on the ups. I'm not calling them easier given where the Panthers, their trajectory, the Saints, their trajectory, the Bucks, they got to get back right. And Bucky Irving's in a bad spot from an injury perspective, which really sucks, but the Bucks have enough to be competitive. That said, historically, Cleveland is in a good spot, and here's why. The AFC team with the easiest schedule, the easiest in quotes, has finished with a winning record in 8 straight seasons, including over the past 3 years. The AFC team with the easiest strength of schedule coming in has improved by an average of 7.7 wins. All 3 of those teams also had new head coaches going into the season. Obviously, the Browns starting this year with their new head coach as well, Todd Monken. So, history would say that some Browns curses might be broken this year.
But see, I'm telling you, man, sometimes people got to look into them stats, though, because you got to think probably Jacksonville was one of those teams last year.
Patriots.
They have a quarterback, but this is what I'm saying. They have a franchise quarterback. Cleveland Browns do not have a come on, Deshaun Watson, and I think Shador is better than Deshaun, but come on. I think sometimes they be pulling them stats and don't look at Mike Vrabel, Todd Monken. Yep. Come on now. Todd Monken has not shown that he could win as a head coach. So I know like last year, Vrabel was the new head coach, but he won in Tennessee. Who wins in Nashville? Nobody but him. So, man, the Browns are going to be bags on their head. I'm telling you, my girl going to be pissed every Sunday. She's going to be like another fucking week of this.
Yeah. I think I'm really excited. Well, not excited, but whatever. I don't care about the Bengals. But, Burrow, if he can stay healthy, the Bengals schedule this year looks super favorable. I mean, they'll be obviously playing the Browns. So I think this is I wouldn't sleep on the Bengals this year. I'm buying if Burrow's healthy all year that this Bengals team can easily be a 9-win team. They got enough weapons everywhere on offense to put up a lot of points if Burrow's on the field. They've kind of retooled the O-line. I mean, I think the Bengals got what it takes. They got the schedule on paper to be like a good 9-win football team this year and be competing for the playoffs. Meanwhile, in their division, the Steelers, and why again I think the Bengals, I'm buying them as definitely a team who's going to be making the playoffs this year. The Steelers are kind of going to be feel bad for them. You want to talk about another team who I'm buying to be at the bottom, like top 3 draft pick. Warren Sharp put out there, this is the 3rd straight year where the Steelers have the number 1 or number 2 toughest schedule down the stretch. So right now, this year, they have the 2nd toughest schedule from weeks 10 to 18. So, again, when the Cardinals are drafting 1 for their quarterback, I'm believing the Steelers are going to be drafting 2 or 3 for their quarterback. And I think the Bengals are going to be able to beat the Browns at least once, no doubt about it. I think they're going to be able to handle the Steelers. So I'm really high on, how the Bengals schedule played out, what the rest of the division looks like for them outside of your Ravens, who also, man, easy schedule. Apparently for the Ravens, you must be feeling pretty good about that.
It's all easy work for us this year. Hey, listen, Lamar is at OTAs. I'm telling you, if he's at OTAs, he's locked in. Hopefully, he can keep up being the leader. So it's all easy work for us. But I'm with you on the Joe Burrow Bengals. I mean, and it's hard to say he's going to be healthy because he just hasn't been healthy. But if he's healthy, I think they will be a playoff team. But, I mean, we're going to run through this division this year easy because the Steelers are going to suck. So
they still don't have apparently Rodgers never went there when he was everyone said Rodgers is going to visit.
Yeah, he said he ain't show up. But
he went to Pittsburgh but didn't go to the Steelers.
He getting his ayahuasca. He getting his ayahuasca in. And this is what Aaron Rodgers does. So I don't know why the Pittsburgh expected anything. And I like my guy, man. I think he's a winner. Not Aaron Rodgers, but the head coach that people hate.
McCarthy?
People hate him. And I've always been a Mike fan when he was in Dallas. I was like, why are we firing him? He's winning 12 games with this bum-ass quarterback. But anywho, I just think no quarterback, Howard, Mason, them guys, Mason Rudolph is terrible. So, yeah, Mike McCarthy can't fix that. But I'm telling you now, Lamar, you got 2 years, buddy, or I'm trading on your ass now. I'm going to find me another team. You got 2 years. I might go to Chicago.
No
Fuck
loyalty,
it.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
I can't get a 2v1 on that. That's not right.
Austin, I can't be supporting these bum quarterbacks in the playoff for years after years, man. I got treat them like the girls.
Okay.
To get them in and get them
your
out.
Girl now must be real good then. She must be real winner.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I ain't getting. Oh no, hell no. This is forever. This forever. I'm done with that one. So yeah, I hope
that's good news.
Hey,
baby, you hear that? All right. Well, what do we got next, Joey?
All right. Underneath all the schedule releases today, Devon Achane signs 4 years, $64 million extension. Is he worth it?
Yeah, Devon Achane, give me all. I mean, it's a really bad day to be a Lions and a Falcons general manager and having to see Achane get $64 million on 4 years, knowing you got Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson that now you're going to have to pay like $80 million. So, hey, welcome back, running back market is all I'm saying. And I think he was worth every dime. Becomes the third highest paid RB in the NFL behind, Kenneth Walker, Etienne, and Breece Hall this offseason, all got $43 million plus. So I think we're seeing a resurgence in the running back market, which again, I'm sorry for the Lions and Falcons pay checkbooks. He's coming off 1,300 yards last year. And since entering the league, he's qualified, of all qualified running backs, has 5.6 yards per carry. That's tied with the likes of Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor for second most of anyone of at least 50 yards. So, yeah, I think he's well worth it. Give him that bag. You know that this year ain't the year, but he should absolutely be a part of your future because you're hoping before that contract expires that you're back in the playoffs, and he's a big factor as to why you're in the playoffs. So, yeah, I think that was a no-brainer.
Yeah, I love organizations doing right by players who productive even during downtime. Like, I just think that contract is what he earned. And I'm with you. I'm glad running backs are getting what they deserve. Because I'm telling you, a few years ago, I was like, oh, man, y'all playing the dirty fucking game with these running backs. So I'm glad that these running backs are pushing that back up. I mean, even though the money's getting pushed up further. But, yeah, I think he's worth it. He's probably going to have a down year just because their team's not good. But he's earned that money, especially when nobody expected him to be what he's been. I mean, I'm just being honest. Nobody expected him. He's a small guy. They probably thought he was going to be a gadget guy. But he turned out to be an elite running back. So I'm glad he got his money. I love to see all these guys get their money. Save it, though. You in Miami, so save your money. But ain't no state taxes, so he really coming good.
Yeah, he'll be taken care of. All right, Joe, do we have anything else, or is that the slate?
That's the slate. The last question I'd have, if you guys have had a chance, have you guys seen most of the videos for the schedule release? Any favorites you have? I know you mentioned Halo for the Chargers. Any other ones
Bears did Bob Ross. What I gotta see that one. The Bears doing Bob Ross. I missed that one.
They had Roma Dunze as Bob Ross. So they picked out his hair into a huge fro.
Makes sense.
Did a whole sketch.
So what, he painted the schedule or something?
Yeah, he was painting and added here's two birds in the corner, and it was the Falcons and the Eagles, and then here that kind of stuff.
That's pretty good. Did you watch any of them? Did you have any favorites? Sorry, Packers, you were not my favorite.
Nah, yeah, I ain't watched.
So the list of some of them I liked here. So the Chargers we talked about, the Colts did a Simpsons one, the Chiefs did a QVC ad, the Browns with Rob Riggle, the Browns threw back to Street Fighter.
Hell yeah.
The Raiders did the Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza stepbrothers. They leaned into it. It was great.
That's perfect.
The Ravens did Wedding Crashers. The Rams did Napoleon Dynamite. The Buccaneers did Baywatch. And the Titans did one of those Man on the Streets again with lookalikes. It's great. And they went to this random guy. They're like, sir, are you Jerry Jones? Because they play the Cowboys. And he's this old little British man on vacation. He's like, no, who are you talking about? And they're they put him next to Jerry Jones, week 10, Cowboys. And so they did that a few years ago when they asked those women on the street, can you name this logo for the teams they were playing? It was pretty good. Right.
I'm watching this Browns one now. This is awesome. This is an electric factory.
The Street Fighter?
Street Fighter one.
Yeah, listen.
This is good.
I used to spend all of my money going to the 7-Eleven right up the street on 36th Street. My mom used to beat me for spending Street Fighter. And that movie comes out this year. Mortal Kombat's already out. So, listen, I'm going to go watch the Street Fighter one, too, because I used to play with Dowsum. I used to kill people with Dowsum. Vega used to be my man, too, though, on Street Fighter. But I'm owing people out because I'm naming
This is vintage. Yeah, this is retro. Meanwhile, so I think that plays into the Browns' hand, but the Cowboys, this is the worst one by far. This shit is dumb. It doesn't even look like they tried. It's just players doing some skit that is just horribly produced. Looks super awkward.
Some teams care. It's their Super Bowl, the graphics department, and then others are
The Cowboys invested zero time into it. If this is all I need to know about the Cowboys, how their season's going to go by watching that. But yeah. All right, yeah, Browns big winner there. Browns and Chargers. I'm saying best 2 schedule releases with Halo and Street Fighter. Of course, video games gonna always win my heart though. All right, another great episode of Chalk Talk Social. Until then, next week we might get a WNBA writer for the squad on here for her to rip into the WNBA season a little bit, and we'll of course crack into much more of the NBA playoffs then after we get a little bit more deep into it and see some results come through. But until then, we'll see you.